What's going on, guys? Breazsy here, and today we're back with another logged video. Now, this isn't a typical logged video where I showcase a little ability combination with the trait or anything. No. This is just me talking about my opinions for the logged feature as a whole. The community is currently dying because nobody wants to spend their money on a Roblox game, right? Y'all will go on Roblox and y'all will see. You could probably go on right now. I guarantee there isn't even more than 2,000 players. Probably not even more than 1,800 players. But if you go on Discord and you look at their server, they have almost 80,000 members. That's a lot of players. And the reason for that is because the game isn't free. Now, good thing the developers picked up on this, and starting on June 28th of this month, Lot will be free for a week. Now, that is the same day the Nagi movie's coming out, so I already know I'm gonna have to log in on that. But that's besides the point, though. I'm letting you know this right now. If you ever want to give Locked a chance, please, on June 28th of this month, download the game, give it a try. If you're on controller like me, DM me. My Discord will be in the link below. You can add me, you could try to contact me. I'm not the best controller player around, but I know my way around certain things when it comes to controllers. If you're on PC, there's tons of PC players on keyboard and mouse that are good and they are willing to teach you and help you improve. Next, we have the weapon sneak peeks, right? The weapon sneak peeks, the only thing we have there is a Planet Hotline sneak peek. Now, me personally, I still can't comprehend on how this is gonna work in game. So, me personally, I'm gonna just have to see how they're gonna implement this into the game and make this actually good, because I still can't fully understand on how this is actually gonna work in game. Then we have the sneak peeks for the flows, the new flows they're gonna add. There's three that I see so far, right? The one to the left is obviously the butterfly one from Lavinia. Honestly, pretty cool. Kind of expected it since they added Cheeto's wings. So it's kind of an obvious ad, to be honest. So the one in the middle, based on the colors of it, it kind of looks like Karasu's um little feather thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It kind of looks like that, and then or crow thing, I should say. And then the one to the right it's purple, and it's like light purple. And the only person that I could think about in the manga that has a light purple flow is Rayo. So if this is not Rayo's flow, which it literally has to be Rayo's flow. If it's not Rayo's flow, and if they don't do it justice, there's I'm gonna be kind of upset. Okay, that's it. Now this is the part where I talk about the weapons, the traits, the what's it called, the the flow abilities, the passives, or any extra cosmetic flows they should be adding for this update. Let's start with the main one, monster. I think we can all agree as a community, maybe an autos monster is pretty good, but in a scrim, in a league match, if you run monsters, you're kicked off the team automatically. That's probably the worst. If not kicked, if you're a likable person, you're 100% on the bench cheerleading, 100%, right? Monster is just really bad. First activation while running, The dash is super slow. It's not that fast, to be honest. And if they know you have monster from like a copycat user, they could just read it, 6-3 bunnies, just jump, chest trap it, send it, right? It's pretty bad. Second activation, where you stand still, you pop it with the crazy scissor dribbling. That's also bad. It doesn't do nothing. It doesn't give you much distance at all as well. Um, what they should do to it is, this gonna be a hot take. Personal opinions right here, right? They could probably take some of what I'm saying from this. Honestly, just make it a unique. Increase the distance on the scissors dribbling, or make the first activation, the dash, the monster slam or the monster lift, make that faster, and make it where the ball consistently comes with you. Like, you can still steal it, but make it where it's more difficult to steal it. It shouldn't be, it's a dribbling weapon. It shouldn't be something that's easy to steal, to be honest, like at all. It shouldn't be something that's easy to steal. And obviously do some cooldown tuning, stuff like that, and then you got yourself a solid weapon. Don't want to make it broken, because King is right there. Honestly, the whole point of buffing these weapons is to create a source of like fun, right? I'm trying to make it where you're not just limited to using the same weapons in autos or in a scrim match, right? You're not forced to keep using King, fucking Formless. You know, give people some like creativity. Give people the chance to actually use their weapons and shit, bro. Because that's kind of why the community's kind of dying. The best weapons are all uniques, and it doesn't allow. I mean, obviously, it makes sense. The best weapon should be uniques, right? But at least make the legendaries and stuff somewhat viable in like this environment, right? Like, don't just make them absolute dog shit. Like, what's the point of having them be a legendary if they're not, you know, that good enough to be a legendary? It just doesn't make sense, really. Like, honestly. And that's it for Monster. Now once again, remember guys, these are all like my personal opinions, right? I don't want to, spread like bad information or anything. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, some of this stuff should be, tuned in a way where it's more usable as a whole. It adds more fun to the community. We're not just stuck with using Imp, Formless, King, stuff like that, right? The next weapon they should buff, but honestly not buff, rework. Nagi. Please rework Nagi. Nagi shouldn't be absolute dog shit. To be honest. Like, I get in the past, right? I promise you. I seen gameplay, bro. I seen how broken Nagi was. I played back then when Nagi was broken. Y'all could go back to my TikTok where y'all can see where I played when Nagi had the invincibility, or he had the vacuum where it would suck the ball anytime it was anywhere near him, or it had the invincibility kick. When you kick it, the ball basically be invincible. You can't really stop it at all, right? Only GK can stop it, right? I get it, but right now Nagi is such a bad weapon. It shouldn't even be a legendary. Like, direct shot is better than Nagi. Like, why would I pass to a Nagi if I could pass to direct shot? Why? Like, direct shot, at least 100, like, at least direct shot, I know, like, if they're a good direct, a defender isn't blocking that. Like, GK has to block direct. Nagi, the moment I see, like, if you're not running like 6-3 bunnies with Nagi, if you're just doing Nagi, you're getting cooked. If you're in the box, you're getting cooked by all defenders. They're popping Serpent. They don't even gotta pop Serpent. They just jump, chest trap, boom, you're shut down instantly. Nagi is just so bad. Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna rework it, but they gotta give it some form of invincibility At least if he's like, at least in the beginning of the shot, like in the very beginning of the shot, at least. Don't make it where they could just stand right in front of the Nagi. That's right in front of, like, they could just jump right, like they could stand right under the Nagi player and just sit there and wait for the animation to go off and go away, and then just jump, chest drop, shut him down. Don't make it like that. Like, that's not even remotely close to fun, like, at all. You work it, make it, give it some form of invincibility, like even a slight amount of invincibility, please. Like, honestly, that'll be perfect. Like, now we have copycat, right? So y'all know about Rail's ability in the manga, right? He can't copy Kaiser because that's genetic wise, and he can't copy Shiro, that's instinct wise, right? Rail doesn't have that level of, skill for both of those. Or at least Kaiser, that's genetics. He can't even do that, right? So, in the game, right? The whole, like, looking at someone, knowing their abilities, that's good and all, right? That's fine. But the fact that there isn't a lot of abilities as a whole that people use in a scrim, the only thing you could possibly see that you could probably copy or you can copy or that are good copies, I should honestly say, is like Riptide, Kunigami, and Sword Screw. And Surfing. That's it. Like, unless you're like playing defense or you're playing like center back as a copycat user, you probably want to try to copy one of your teammates using long legs or surf or something. But besides that, you don't really want to copy anything else. Everything else is pretty useless. It's not that good at all. So, once again, a hot take, right? You make copycat a legendary or unique, right? Now, it's going to take a lot of cooldown tuning, a lot of, nerfing, like buffing, tuning in general for this idea to work, right? But you make it where I'm honestly hoping they do this for at least a weapon or a trait where it replaces both your trait and your weapon, or your weapon and your trait, vice versa, right? So, like, for example, right, I'm in a game, you have your copycat weapon slot and your copycat trait slot, right? Now, I see someone with monster. Instead of being able to just normally copycat it as my weapon, you will click your trait activation ability. Whether it's on PC, I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure on console it's left on the D-pad. You'll click that, and it will copy it to your trait slot. Now, you would do the normal regular copy. I will copy monster for my trait slot, right? Now, you do the normal copy for, like, your weapon. So, say if I saw someone with, like, Reptile on the field, right? I would click the activation ability, I would copy them, right? Now I have Reptile and Monster. Now, there's two ways they could go about this. They can make it where they have their own individual cooldowns and just increase the cooldown because it's copycat, obviously, compared to their normal cooldowns, right? Or they make it where they gain a longer cooldown if you use the other copycat slot. So, for example, if I'm getting in, right? I'm trying to dribble through the team. There's like two people in front of me. I use monster, boom. 60-second, well, I think monster has like a 60-second cooldown, so like maybe it'll be 70, 75, 80, right? Second cooldown. Then I'm in front of the goal, I try to score, right? With Kuni or Riptide, right? I shoot it, boom, it activates the Kuni or the Riptide, right? Now it will, depending on what time, like say if it like 10 seconds passed and monster was on like a 70-second cooldown, I activated Riptide, the cooldown will go back up to 80. You see what I'm saying? The cooldown will reset itself, right? That could be one way of having it, or it could be the other way, like I said earlier. They have their own separate cooldowns, and they won't get increased based on if you use the other slot, right? Now, this is a hot take. I know, trust me, it's a hot take. Obviously, that will take a lot of tuning, a lot of balancing, but it will make the weapon fun. Instead of just making it a resource tool for information, or just making it a weapon that you can only copy certain, or you have to rely on the other team having certain weapons. For example, like Reptile or Coon or Serpent. I feel like I'm missing one. Or Sword Screw, yeah. And without those weapons and you're running copycat, you're kind of selling the team. Unless, besides the information gathering, obviously. Now that's enough of the weapons. So try to finish this nice and quick with the flows, because the video is getting pretty long. But this is gonna be kind of a shot in the dark, but let's start adding some animal flows. And what I mean by that, I mean like Chickadee's Red Panther, or Snuffy's Eagle flow. Or if they want, they could make another version of the lightning flow, or just don't even name it like lightning flow, just name it like king flow, and make it where it's like a lion, right? Or for example, I'm pretty sure Karasu's thing is in there, like for this leaks, but if they ever decide they want to make another Karasu one, make it a crow, right? Or this isn't an animal, but for Chris Prince flow, like the Guardian or the Titan, whatever you want to call it, add a Titan flow. I don't know how they will implement it, but if they could implement it, if they're able to implement like something like the wild card thing, I 100% feel like they could implement something like that into the game. 100%. And that's it for the video. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you agree with any of my takes, or comment down below any of your takes, what you guys think they should add, or what they should change, or what they should rework to the game. Honestly, I want to know your opinions. This is all for the future of the locked community as a whole. This game has so much potential to not die. Out of all the other Blue Lock games, there are some new Blue Lock games coming out, but they're still in the making. And honestly, Locked still has a chance to still thrive and still be a strong game. So, just comment down below your opinions, what you think they should do for the game. My name's Visor, and I'll see you guys next time.